All right, today we are here with Maks Surin with DR Horton and the Angeline community in Land O'Lakes.
Hello.
Thanks for being here,
Well,
Max.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So we have a couple questions for you in regards to Angeline. For someone that has not even heard of Angeline,
Mhm.
can you tell us something that makes it unique or different or special features that they have?
Well, yeah. Well, Angeline is a very unique community because, to be honest with you, it's one of the largest that they have in
Mhm.
the whole Pasco County area. 6,200 acres, very
Wow.
large. It's going to be a city in the
Yeah.
making.
It is.
That's what we're calling it right now, and
Yeah.
it's actually true. So once they have a certain amount of homes sold, it'll be its own city.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And what makes it very unique because Metro Places is a very popular developer.
Hmm.
They're the ones that brought the first lagoon here with Epperson.
Right.
What's gonna make it better here, all the mistakes they made at Epperson or Murata, the other communities, they had rectified it.
Uh-huh.
For example, we have a
Live
community
and
pool.
learn, right?
Live and learn, you know it. So we have a community pool
Mhm.
alongside the lagoon because
Okay.
a lot of the residents in the other communities had only the lagoon. So that's one of the major differences
That is
too.
interesting. Yeah. Okay.
We have a farm as well. And then there's also just most developers, they want to fit as many homes as possible. This is a very unique concept where they put as many trees. They want to make sure that it's very lush. And there's a
Mhm.
lot of nature trails, over 100 miles of nature trails in this
Really?
community. So
Okay.
that's what
That's
makes
a
it
lot.
very
Yeah.
unique.
That's definitely a selling feature,
Yeah.
to have that green space
Oh,
and
yes.
just that open air, right? Pretty
Yes.
much.
You need it.
So besides can you tell us a little bit more about the amenities that are going to be here? And I mean, I know we kind of touched on a little bit, but
Mhm.
maybe a little bit more about the farm, even.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
farm is professionally managed by three farmers,
Mhm.
and it's a company that they maintain the beds, the flower beds, and everything. So we'll have fresh produce. We want to sell it inside the Wild Time, which is a cafe that's up front, and you can buy the fresh produce. There's also going to be a monthly farmers markets, actually twice a month. And they have
Nice.
different It's a very active community. If you know
Mhm.
about metro places, they like to keep it very active. So there's always
Right.
activities going on. We have over 100 miles of nature trails, as I mentioned earlier. There's two schools being here. I'm going to be, or there's one that's just is almost completed. It's opening in the fall. Elementary called Angeline Country Day,
Okay.
and that's going to be a private school, 2 year olds all the way to fifth grade. And
Okay.
then we have that the Angeline Academy of Innovation. That's already up and running. Sixth grade all the way up to 12th grade already won awards for the AI program. It's just been opened up recently. So
Very
great
cool.
options here.
Yeah.
And not to mention, there's just a lot of different other things we got going on too. There's going to be, like I said, the community pool, but there's going to be a playground.
Hmm.
There's 9 different dog parks. There's going to be
Well,
more
I was just
coming
gonna
up.
say if there was a dark
Oh,
dog park,
yes.
there's nine.
Yep, 9 dog
Okay.
parks. Going to be plenty of different opportunities for families here. So if you like a scenic view, we'll have a
Mhm.
lot of walkways. The pathways will be alongside the nature preserves, things of that nature. And there's a regional park with a lake inside.
Very
There's going to be
nice.
some boating activity,
Very
not
nice.
boating, but just activities like recreational things that you can do in the community as well.
Actually, Tony and I have been to that lake at the
Yeah.
beginning of the day of
Oh,
Angeline.
nice.
Yeah, we took some pictures there, but yeah, it's beautiful.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So what else do we have here? Sorry. Oh, DR Horton. Okay, so can you tell us a little bit more about DR Horton and the models that you have here? Just a little bit more that what makes DR Horton different than the other builders.
Yeah, we do have a few different floor plans. And I did forget one more. There's so many amenities. I forgot
Yeah.
one major one. There's going to be over up to 4 million square feet of commercial real estate.
Okay.
So if you're saying that this is a far drive, I like to say far from what,
Oh,
right?
yes.
Because we want to have everything
Yep.
here. You don't need to go into Tampa. Just want to have shops and stores and just offices, things of that nature within the community.
Very
And then they have the
nice.
Moffitt Cancer Center, which is one of the big selling points. And the community has its own city. So that's what's really kind of getting everybody excited about Angeline.
Hmm.
But D.R. Horton, what makes us special, we're the nation's largest builder. But what that means for the buyers is that I'm looking forward to paying for your closing costs, right? We want to
Hmm.
make sure the homes are
Is it
affordable.
good incentives?
Of
And
course,
yeah.
and we're block on block. People trust our homes,
Yeah.
right? Because that's the
Mhm.
largest purchase that you can make. So we have that, and also on top of that, we have 12 different floor plans, 2 different product lines. Right now, we're sitting inside the Elston,
Mhm.
real nice home, 2,300 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, and you can get it for at $400,000, and that's a
That's really good.
great
Yeah.
bargain, great deal.
And the square footage on this again?
2,305
Wow.
square
Yeah. No,
feet.
yeah, that's really
Oh yeah,
good.
you can't
Yeah.
beat that. Have the stone finish in the front. You're going to have all your
So that's not an
appliances.
upgrade. That's included with your package.
Everything's included,
Okay,
all
very
included
nice.
with here. And then also on the floors, the flooring is going to be LVP versus your traditional tile, which makes
And
it
I
look
notice
nicer.
your countertops are quartz. That's
Quartz
also
throughout,
okay. And the
yes,
bathrooms too.
and the bathrooms as well. And just while we're pointing out some features,
Mhm.
these homes we typically have the microwaves that recirculate the air when you're cooking. Right,
Okay.
come on, family likes to use spices with our
Uh-huh.
food.
Same.
Yeah, so you could understand and appreciate it. But
Absolutely.
we have our vents go out the home, so all of our homes they'll have like a an exhaust that'll be
Okay. So it
coming out
vents out.
or vents
Oh,
out.
nice. And that's a touch. That's great. And to touch on the block on block,
Hmm.
most people, don't know that most of the homes in Florida are block on the bottom, but probably more wood
Correct.
frame on the top. So block on block means your second story is also block, correct?
Yeah, nowadays,
Yeah.
exactly correct. And
Yeah.
nowadays, with hurricanes and the climate change, you can have another season when we have two hurricanes back to back, probably even three. Not trying to scare anybody, but you got to be prepared.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure that the homeowners are prepared. And also, on top of that, you want to see your the energy bill. So when you have the wood frame, it conducts more heat. When you have block on block, it repels the heat. So you'll save a lot of money there as well.
Lots of savings in
Oh
itself,
yes.
sure.
And I did want to touch on the second
Mhm.
product we have. So the expresses are more affordable. If you're looking for a little bit higher end, higher ceilings, garden tub, separate shower, we have that. We have you covered with the preferred product with us.
And the preferred product and the Express series, can I go to into any model,
Oh
or is
yeah.
it just certain models for certain series?
So we have three different models here. We currently
Okay.
have two express. We have one that's going to be a preferred to give you an idea what it is. It's the Lantana model.
Okay.
But our square footage ranges from 1,500 square feet all the way up to 3,500 square feet. So you have a wide variety with us.
Okay. And your price point starts from
36 I'm sorry, 346 is going to 346,000 is going to be our lowest price point.
Mhm.
And then we go all the way up to like around 570 was the highest price point. So it's
Okay.
very affordable.
Nice. And then the one question we get all the time too, HOA, CDD,
Yeah.
taxes, insurance. Do you have a ballpark on that?
Yes,
Or,
I do.
yeah.
So actually, we're very generous with the HOA. It's so 108 per month,
Mhm.
and you pay a quarter. It's only 325 a quarter, but 108 per month. That
Okay.
includes high speed internet, 2 gigs up and down speeds.
Hello?
You also have access to everything with that 108, which I think is great. Then you have your CDDs. There's two CDDs. There's one for the 40-foot wide products and the 50-foot wide.
Okay.
2600, 2653 for your 40-foot wide, and 3316 for your 50-foot wide product.
Thanks. And do you mind explaining what CDD is? Because that's different also for a lot of people they've never heard. How does that apply? How does that affect the home buyer?
I think the CD is very important, to be quite honest with you. CDD is part of your tax bill,
Mhm.
and it stands for Community Development District. There's two portions of the CDD. There's a debt side and there's an operational maintenance side. So what happens is people ask, will the CDDs go away? They never go away. The bond side, which is the debt side, will go away after 30 years typically, but the operational maintenance side will stay there. But you want that because we've seen communities in Brandon, Riverview that are older, more so Rico area, and whenever there's something wrong with the infrastructure, the homeowners are like, not it. And no one's going to take care of it. Now
Right.
you're losing value. So that's why I think the CDs have a great function
Yeah.
for communities, keep it
Good.
nice and pristine for years to come.
Nice. Thank you. Are there any incentives for any?
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
So how about let's start with financing incentive and cash incentives, if there is.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
financing, you're going to be at right now we're currently at $16,000 for your primary it is a primary residence. If you're going as an investor, it's 10,000.
Mhm.
Cash is only 10,000 as well. So we'll help with the closing costs. And we do have some homes that have rate buy downs. Those are the homes that are inventory quick to move, quick move-ins.
That was my next
So
question.
we don't have many quick move-ins here. This is the
Okay.
most popular community in all of Tampa Bay, not just Pasco,
Really?
but Tampa Bay.
Okay,
People come
good.
from all around the world to come live here because they want a piece of what Angeline has to offer,
Mhm.
especially in the first early phases of getting
Sure.
at a great price point.
Yeah.
But we do have one home, actually two homes now. It's on that has a quick close. If you're FHA buyer, it's going to be a 5.5 interest rate, and that's fixed for 30 years.
Okay.
And then if you're going to be a conventional buyer, it's 5.99, which I feel like is definitely better than paying the market rate.
So as for the incentives,
Mhm.
is that the incentives all year round, or how does that work?
So incentives change constantly with us. We used to be at $20,000, and
Mhm.
now that we're so popular, it's kind of going less and less. So I tell your buyers, come in now. Now's the time to buy because when I start selling homes, it used to be 11,000,
Mhm.
and that could change on a daily basis. It doesn't have to be it's indefinite.
Right. And then getting in early too, you're building in that equity, right? As
Correct.
everything develops around you.
Absolutely.
And I think that's about it. I appreciate your time
Well, thank
and
you.
looking forward to working with you more and more.
Likewise.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.